out this market today, we have Bitcoin sitting at 16,192. So this is pretty nice for Bitcoin. You'll be saying that it needs to probably break above that 16,200. Like you could probably draw some trend lines that come down to have a falling wedge here as well. And it's kind of stayed along this red wedge here as well. So when we're looking at this bull flag, so it's kind of ran up, come back down, bang, 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 bang along that trend line. It's got a few nice moving averages there as well, the 50, which has been holding up pretty nicely. Now, if you're looking at this rising wedge, it's broken down to the bottom, which it should do 68% of the time, and it's come back up and it's retested. Now, we'll soon see when this 4 hour closes in about 3 hours odd. If this closes like this, there's a good chance we might have a downward candle here on the other side, because this is a uh, funny looking little candle here, and it'll come down to the bottom side. Then we've got the 50 there. Hopefully that can hold up, and if it breaks through that, there's a possibility that we could come down to this trend line here, which would be around the 14.8-ish for Bitcoin. Having saying that, we're in an uptrend, and when we're in an uptrend, hopefully we can just push up and head through, punches through this section, come up and touch the 16.9-ish area and punch through and head for 1700s. This would be nice for Bitcoin. On the weekly chart, it's still beautiful. It's still absolutely magic, the weekly chart. So you can see green, 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 which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green weeks for Bitcoin. So it's still quite nice. Stotch though is rolling over by the looks of things. We're still well overbought on the RSI, which is a little bit scary as well. But the MACD is crazy. It's going mad. Rightio, heading over to dominance. We have dominance. It's hitting this trend line here. So you got to see that this may roll over, and we could have the epic alt season again that we had a few months ago, which would be nice coming down here. So that'd be pretty good for alts if this rolls over and starts trending downways. Total 2 at the moment is still in this little wedge here. It's a rising wedge, so it should break down, but it's kind of bounced off the bottom of this trend line and is trending back up. So it'd be nice if it starts to go back up. Dominance starts to come back down. And DeFi has been powering over the last couple of days. So they're having a mini DeFi run, I would say. A mini DeFi run is what they're doing. Ethereum, the king of alts, is in this as well. So it may come back up and retest this trend line here. I don't know about that because you've got the 200. We're only on the hourly here, but you've got the 200 coming down. The measured move out of this this rising wedge here, or this triangle here, is around the 420 mark, as we talked about the other day. So this is still in play, and there's a good, hopefully around 420 is a good bounce to jump in if you were thinking about hopping in but making sure that you're doing your own financial research and do your own research. You got to keep that money close to your chest. Rightio, so we've got the Fear and Greed Index is still at 90, and Extreme Greed. Extreme Greed may equal pullback. You don't know. Here's a nice little setup for you. You've got VET. I've been talking about this one for a couple of days now. You've got bullish divergence, and here as well, you've got the Stotch coming up, and hopefully the RSI can start to make a move up as well. We're on the 4 hour here, double bottom, and there's plenty of demand in this area. You can already see that it's double bottom. Should get squeezed, and then have a good run once we get above that 200. That'd be really nice. Now over to Binance. If you're not on Binance, you've got to be on Binance. Binance is where it's all happening. The Bitcoin's not doing too much, as we all know, over the last couple of days, but it can steal the show if it starts to pump. So just got to keep that in mind, that it can steal the show. Now, DIA, look at this, Binance on DeFi, Alpha, CTK, Wing has had good news. We talked about that yesterday. DIA has had a good run up. Waves is a goer. It's actually a goer. It's a long term goer, I feel. Rune Serum is has we talked about the news for that yesterday as well. XVS, it's all happening. Sushi's a good one as well. Like it, Solana is a good one. We talked about that yesterday as well. Carver has long-term potential, I feel as well, and PNT. So DeFi is powering at the moment. It got hammered. It's been hammered over the last month, and now it's powering. So keep that in mind. I have a little setup here for you as well. We've got FLM. We've got a nice rounded bottom starting to form. It was in a this is 4 hourly. It just got hammered. It got listed on Binance when it was starting to get hammered. So it comes down, bang, bang, bang. Look at that. She started to roll around, and we're on the 4 hourly, and it's just banging on the ceiling of the 200 as well. So it's pretty much bull flag. So if you look at that bull flag, let's see where FLM can go. This is against Tether US. So if you have a look at the hourly, it's looking even better. Uh, Look at the hourly, it's got this nice, beautiful rounded bottom. Now, when these start to run, these will run pretty hard. If we look at, here's a good one. Let's look at Alpha. It got hammered at the start there. We'll look at Alpha against USDT, but over the last few days, this is on the 4 hourly, it is powering, and you got this parabolic curve here. It's jumped above the 200, well, done that easily, but once you start getting this rounding bottom, boom, up she goes. We're powy, 500 odd percent. So, that's pretty good. 5x, 5x. Let's head to this news here. PayPal reaches 85% of Binance US volume in first month. They're already at 85%. They're going to pump this market. This market's going to be huge. Bitcoin and the whole industry. We're only at the start, so life-changing money coming. All right, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe and give us a like. Thanks. Oh, and buy me a beer if you want, or a coffee. My Bitcoin uh, address is in the description. Thanks.